Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Sagittarius. Know that energy is fluid, roles can be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Anything of any importance or relevance to the channel you can find in the description box below. Also know that this is a shadow healing channel, so I do look and see what goes on the surface, but we also look at all the other things. So the reading can be a little bit longer sometimes if the person has a lot of shadows, but it's very healing to be able to see your situation from a different perception. And you're also able to approach a situation that's out of balance or, just difficult when you have different perceptions and you can handle it differently. So this is why you want to do these type of readings. There's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness is number one based on how you perceive things. That's based on what you've gone through in your life. So if you've gone through experiences that created trauma, well, unless you've integrated that trauma, you're most likely living a karmic theme, and that karmic theme is one that keeps you in a place of disempowerment. So that will never make you feel good. So again, when you heal and integrate those spiritual wounds, you're actually able to create more balanced experience out of your relationships. All right, without further ado, again, this popped out, so we're gonna take it. Right, you can write that word in your comments bar if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me. You can write like, subscribe, and write the word detachment. I'm gonna pull an extra one because that one's easy and structured. Okay. You're connected to somebody that pretty much raised themselves. So they didn't have any structure at all. I guess I just said raised themselves. And they have a lot of trauma because they have a lot of bad experiences with relationships. And it's because they don't perceive themselves from their true self. They perceive themselves through the emotional abuse that they've gotten. Like you said, our wounds, when we don't heal them, they distort our perception about ourselves and the world around us. And that's really what causes those behaviorisms that I was talking about earlier. And so your person is someone that normally is very sensitive, someone that's normally very highly sensitive, but they had to detach from themselves because they kept getting hurt within these relationships. So this is the underlying energy. I'm also feeling like you're in separation from this person and they don't know how to approach you. They've never been in a situation like this before where I feel like this connection is making them think it's stirred up a lot of emotions inside of them, which is why they don't know really how to approach this situation. However, it's making them feel, which is a big deal because, like I said, this person is detached, and disassociation disorder go hand in hand, where this person is like almost like numb to, like, again, just relationships. They're not open to them logically and mentally, but what they feel for you is strong because, like I said, they can feel it even though that they're detached. Let's see why that is what I channeled from those two cards. But this is the underlying energy that is driving your person's actions, their behaviorisms, why they think what they think, why their intention will be what it is, and why they do what they do. And it will also determine why what triggers you get. Again, that's what happens Especially if this is a past life karmic connection. All right, let's see. I wish I could share my good news with you. Again, they're in separation from you, and I feel like they can actually share their good news with you, but they would have to make the first move. And I feel like they're not ready to explain everything. They're not ready to, bare their whole heart, is what I feel. I want you, but they are, again, very passionate about you. I feel like they're very passion driven, which you have to say this person was detached. How else are they going to get in their body? Again, the incentive is that they are attracted. I will wait for a sign from you. So this person, like I said, is in separation from you, and I feel like they don't know how to approach you. They don't know how to approach you because I feel like they didn't want the relationship in the beginning. I feel like they would have liked a one night stand. They would have liked a real surface type relationship, but that is not who you are. And that's not the type of relationship that this relationship is meant to have. It's a spiritual one. Why? Because this person's detached, and the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, doesn't want anyone to be detached from themselves. Again, we're all born to have purpose. And part of our purpose is, again, our purpose really is to be an expression of love, but to be able to connect to people deeply. And you can't do that if you're detached and feel like as if you have dissociation disorder where emotionally you don't form connections. That's what this person was living in because of all the bad relationships that they had. And so again, coming from that place, and they realize that they didn't treat you well. That's why part of them is like, I want you, but I'll wait for a sign from you because I don't even know how I'm going to approach you. I don't even know if I can approach you. I don't know if you're going to be acceptance to that. Again, they have a lot of wounds. Again, so they get stuck in their own way. They get stuck in their mind with the head chatter. They'll talk themselves out of contacting you. If they were going to write an email, they might write the email, but then never send it. So it's again, they have a lot of fear. I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. The spiritual lesson is that they realize it's like that there are relationships that can go deep, and there are relationships that you can actually have absolutely no control over. You just realize that you love that person unconditionally and that they're supposed to be in your life. And you don't know why. There's no logical reason because you're not their type. You don't, again, like you're opposite from them. Your approach to life is differently. The way you view things, the way you dress, the way the things that you're into, your style, your persona, just everything is different. So again, they have no control over it. It's not logical. This person's used to navigating their life very logical, very analytically. They're used to dealing with people very strategically. Again, it kept them safe, always keeping people at an arm's length. And here it is. It's like they feel like I can't keep you at an arm's length because I don't really want to keep you at an arm's length. So they have all these different emotions. You make me want to be a better person. It's like you're making them change. You're making them open up their hearts. They're again making them look and see what's important in life. I feel like this person was always very business oriented. It's easy for them to lose themselves in work and lose themselves even in like drinking a lot or buying things, or again losing themselves in just indulgent behavior where it's like they again want to be in a connection, want to have a connection, want to feel those feelings, want to feel again, want to feel loved. They didn't feel like they could have love almost. I feel like I ruined everything. Well, this person again, like, had that persona where they again acted like they didn't give a shit, that they were mean and detached and cold and handled you very, like, again, logically and analytically, and just wouldn't let you in and kept you at an arm's length, and they have feelings. So there's a sense of them saying, well, I wouldn't have put up with what I did. So I know, why should you put with how I treated you? Also, like, holding back, gaslighting. Like in the beginning, like I feel like they toyed a little bit with it, using your feelings against you. I find you incredibly attractive. That goes back to the passion, and passion is the fire that's making this person change. Let's look, take another deck and see if we can keep this going. Because right now, all we're getting is passion, and I feel like I ruined everything, but I find you so incredibly attractive, and I'm happy for the spiritual lesson. So we could see a little bit of the ego, like again, and this person fighting it a little bit. There's still a little bit resistance. And it's not because they don't have feelings, it's because they're fearful. Again, unhealthy attachments. And I feel like, again, this person tends to hide behind very indulgent behavior. Like, again, that they'll go out and drink a lot and go out and have superficial relationships. And some of those superficial relationships still hang around. They don't give them anything, but they're things that feed their ego. And that's because they were detached, disassociated, didn't feel like they could have love. And now they're actually thinking about entertaining love. This is why they feel like they're becoming a better person, because they know what they should do. Passion and desire. It's again, we keep getting that like over and over and over again, like throughout this reading. Like, I want you. Want to see one more from this deck? And that inevitably is what's going to make them come back, because they can't control it. We already see. I wish I could turn back the clock and do things over. But again, they go back to the sense of, I don't think I could fix it. I don't know if I could fix it, but I want you. But it's like, I know I ruined everything, but I want you. Like, that's it's like I said, they're fighting their ego. And that's why I felt like eventually they're just gonna break. Like we won't know when that will be, because this person doesn't have a plan of when it's going to be. I think at one point they just were ready to, again, I'm not going to entertain this. I don't have those type of connections, but people, it doesn't work out for me. And I can control it. Now what they see is that they can't. I'm not going to give into fear. I know fear is only an illusion. Like I said, this person's fearful, but they're again saying, but I don't want to lose out on my opportunity. I don't want to lose out on the passion. I have a desire to be with you. I have feelings for you. Our inner guidance is clear, but our ego is resisting it. And didn't I say that this person is going back and forth? Like, it's like, because part of that fear is you're not going to want to talk to me. I mess things up. I don't see how it could fix it, but I really have passion and desire for you. But, you know, I'll wait for you to come back. And then it's like, you see that you're not coming back. So I have to do something, but I don't know. I have passion and desire. That's been this whole reading. Um, there's a lesson to be learned from this. And it's again, so they realize that there's must be a bigger reason why they're fighting with this. Like, I can't walk away. There's a sense that they are like, I can't walk away. I can't turn my feelings off. Normally I have no feelings. Now I have too much feelings. And there must be a bigger reason for all of this. There has to be. It's making them really look at relationships completely different. I believe that this person's approach to things is here for a good time, not a long time. And now with you, they're like, I can like actually have a lot of feelings. I can actually see myself being in a relationship. I can actually see myself where those feelings and thoughts were terrifying to this person at one time. It's like they were so detached from it, they were so not open from it, and now they're actually entertaining it. And as time goes by, I feel like they're entertaining it more and more and more. Union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. They feel like, again, they know you're a soulmate. They know that you're someone important. It's that I feel like as you release your expectations of them in the physical realm, like what they're supposed to do in the physical realm, that they can actually like release your expectation of how they're supposed to be. It's almost like your approaches to life are so different, and you're someone that they would have never picked. They didn't even really want a relationship, never mind it. But it's like what they're seeing is they have no control, that there's a bigger reason to it, and it's pushing this person to look deep inside of themselves. But what it is also that there's this really strong spiritual connection that they've never, ever, ever had before. They've never felt this type of love before. They've never felt anything like it. I'm not happy. Karma, behavior, people, situations is playing a role in what's happening with me, and it's hard for me to see a way out. So again, that's what these unhealthy attachments are right here. So you might say, what's taking them so long? Well, it's the unhealthy attachments that I feel like now they could walk away from, and they should, but they're almost like let the wrong people in their lives. And I feel like they can actually walk away, but they actually are not confident enough to. They would need to set appropriate boundaries. So it's making the relationship is making this person change, look at their life. See, because on the superficial level, when this person wasn't tapped into their feelings or emotions and was just living from, I'd say, their ego, that's why they have people that they attracted that just wanted to use them for what they have. And they didn't notice. And so maybe again, your person just kept them around to have like physical connection with, where those people stayed with your person to maybe some just for the sex, but others for money or for what they could do. And so there's like really these unhealthy attachments that were formed when your person was living from a place of not their higher self, not tapped into the heart, but just again from their ego, which is all about what they wanted. And that's why this person feels that they ruined everything, because they know that when they met you, they treated you like that too, and that you didn't put up with it. And it's like, so there's the sense of, again, that they tend to run away from their feelings instead of confront their feelings. And now what happened is they ran from it for so long that there was a sense that they were hoping that you would chase them. You didn't. So it's not really seeing if they're going to do anything, because it's not saying there's like they're kind of stuck in a place of regret and a place of wanting to fix it, but also needing to fix their life before they come into your life again by getting rid of those unhealthy attachments. So I think that that's where they are right now. But they know the more time they spend apart, the stronger these feelings get, the more that they realize that you are for sure supposed to be somebody in their life. That's because of the fact that they can't turn the feelings off, and because time is away and they're still thinking about you and everything, they're realizing, and because when they're not with you, they can feel your energy of all these reasons. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? What are you supposed to learn? Our relationships come into our life to expose something within us. Especially if there's somebody that triggered us, it's to create awareness, right? The universe brings us what we need to heal. So what are the inner child wounds? What needs to be integrated? Laughter, not having laughter. Like I said, I feel like relationships are all about having fun. Passion is fun, but it's not just about sex. It's about like being light and happy and getting to know each other and creating good times, memories. Like this person kind of triggered that inside of you, like where you weren't able to experience that relaxedness. So it's, again, you have to reparent yourself. Thing is that I'd say that's finding your voice, setting boundaries. What else? Or I put it all together. Organized chaos. So I'm feeling like you found your own, not just your own voice, but your own things that brought your own happiness into your life, that brought you laughter and joy into your life. And even though I feel like you weren't 100% stable within yourself, you were still finding yourself, and then this situation uh made you feel really uneasy, that you found your own system, you found your own way to navigate, to heal, again, to be able to sing, to have your own voice, to be heard, to 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 even connect to people like from your own tribe that hold the same tune, that see the same vision, to see it. It's like I feel like you, again, gave yourself that. And I also believe that you said what you had to say to this person, set boundaries, and that, your relationship isn't a smooth relationship. It's kind of like organized chaos, because there is this unconditional love. This is a spiritual soul connection. But when people have wounds, and what I feel like is, if you got to sing, you weren't allowed to have your voice. You weren't allowed to speak your truth. You weren't allowed to create your world through your voice. Really, that's what It's when we're able to express ourselves, we're able to create our world through, you know, our voice. And so, like, you did that. And so, laughter, to be able to like find your own world and to create your own world, it does bring you a lot of joy. It did bring you happiness. And so, also realizing that wanting to be in a relationship with somebody that is going to make you happy. I want to just pull one more. Inner authority. So again, listening to yourself. So that's not actually even like a wound. That's actually a hidden talent, I believe. The inner authority, right? When we find what really we want to do, and again, take control over our life. It seems like a little rebellious, right? If you look at this picture of this inner child, I mean, his hands are like his arms are crossed. Look at the spikes on his belt and the spikes on his bracelet. Like it's a little rebellious. So almost like needing to like stand up for yourself, and like this person like didn't like had so many other issues that didn't really nurture the connection, that yeah, you had to listen to that inner authority. You needed to like speak your truth. You needed to do everything that you did. And that is a kind of this organized chaos. I mean, when you're dealing with a person is that it's such a soul connection, but they're not able to give you what you want. So, I mean, a lot of times we find gifts, like I said earlier, through our inner child. But I think singing, in authority, laughter, and organized chaos are all gifts. And I think that they're all gifts because it's like you find your voice, you're able to like again like do what's best for yourself, navigate what's best for yourself. So that can a lot of times heart over mind, but then still have, find happiness, still find joy through all the organized chaos. That's why I look at it almost like it brought gifts out, not so much wound, you know, because there's not one bad thing here. There's no trauma. There's no like where you're stuck in the trauma. You're actually, like I said, it gave you a place. Like I believe that this connection, this person not being here, made you step into like the best version of yourself, which is why this person is actually being influenced to change. It's just they're still fighting with their ego. But I'm telling you, I feel like eventually they just won't be able to hold back any longer. And I'm going to leave that there. Have a good night, everybody. I am exhausted. But if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, don't forget to write the word, detachment in your comment bar. All right. I thought I pulled two, but I might have not. So just then, detachment, right? The word detachment. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.